Good morning. Seb and I are trying a new coffee shop as recommended by one of his work colleagues. It's called the Grandma Coffee Shop, colloquially. However you say that word. Hello. So today we are going to a picnic with friends, so I thought I would make some little vanilla cupcakes with Easter eggs on top. Here are the ingredients I'm going to need. 1 cup of plain flour, 1 1/4 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 room temperature eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 3/4 cup of caster sugar, 1/2 cup of milk, 60 grams of unsalted butter, 1/8 teaspoon of salt, 1.5 teaspoons of vegetable or canola oil. This one is canola, I believe. Alright, so first we're mixing the flour, baking powder and salt into a large bowl. We're then mixing the milk and butter into a heat-proof jug and microwaving it for 2 minutes, making sure the milk doesn't bubble over. Then in a separate bowl, we're going to put in our 2 eggs and whisk for 30 seconds on a medium speed. Then you're going to start incorporating the sugar a little bit at a time, and you're going to mix this for 6 minutes until you get a light white consistency. Then start adding your flour in a little bit at a time. I moved to a bigger bowl because I realized quickly that there wasn't enough room. Then mix in the hot milk and butter solution, as well as the vanilla and oil. Then we're adding 1/3 of the egg batter mixture at a time and whisking that until incorporated, and whisking thoroughly until a kind of pancake bubbly batter is formed. Then, as you can see, I'm just using a scooper to put all the batter into the cupcake molds and popping it in the oven at 180 degrees for about 20 minutes. Okay, now we're on to the icing. 5 tablespoons of plain flour, 1 cup of white sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1 cup of milk, a pinch of salt, 225 grams of unsalted butter. For this icing, we make a thickening roux like you would with a white sauce. So you add the sugar and flour over heat, add the milk until it becomes lump-free and a custard consistency. I'm then putting this into a bowl, hey Seb, and covering it with plastic wrap and putting it in the fridge to cool down. I then checked my cupcakes. They were ready to come out, nice and golden brown, fluffy in the middle. So this is where things started to go wrong for me. First of all, make sure your butter is properly softened. Make sure you have a strong enough whisk. And maybe make sure your partner or a friend is around to help you hold the damn bowl in place. Can you please hold the bowl? Yeah, sure. Because it's going everywhere. Basically, you want to whisk it until it becomes nice and pale, and you're going to add the vanilla and salt next, and also incorporate the thickening roux. So these were meant to create stiff peaks, which as you can see, they're not. I did some research and basically I shouldn't have microwaved the butter at all, but my whisker is too weak, so it couldn't beat the non-slightly microwaved butter. So I think I'm just gonna have to give up on these for today, unfortunately. I was meant to take them to the picnic, but I think the picnic is headed to the pub anyway because of the weather. I'm gonna refrigerate the icing until we get home and then try whisking it again. I don't know what's gonna happen, but yeah, either put the icing onto the cupcakes sloppy, which I don't really want to do, or refrigerate the icing and try and whip it later and see if it does what it's meant to do. So that's unfortunate, but at least I didn't need them like I needed them after all, so we'll try again later.
We've unfortunately not had a successful go with the icing. I tried to defrost it, warm it up a bit after the fridge, but it is not the consistency I would like. Anyway, I'm gonna ice them regardless, even though they're not gonna be how I wanted them to be.
Off camera, I'd literally tried piping it already, and the piping tip burst out of it because of how thick the mixture was. So we just went with it and added a caramello egg. Obviously not as cute as I wanted them to look, but I'm pretty happy, and we've already taste tested them and they taste great. The icing is on the slightly less sweet side. It tastes more like a whipped cream, but with the texture of icing. And then it's just a really nice vanilla cupcake flavour. So 10 out of 10 recommend, even if the icing didn't work out. Hello! I am headed back to Perth tonight, going for 4 nights, Thursday through to Monday. I won't be getting until 11:30 p.m. Perth time tonight though, so pretty much rule out that day. But it'll also be my first solo flight, so I'm panicking a little bit. I have a little bit of flight anxiety, and I also have to take motion sickness tablets or I have a terrible time. So yeah, not my favourite activity, especially alone, but I think we'll be okay. I'm just gonna get some food when I get to the airport, chill out. I've got some activities. I didn't bring any checked luggage because I didn't want to spend that much money and I'm only going for a couple days. Starting with my larger carry-on, that's all my suitcase items basically. We've got my cute little daisy duffel, obviously my 2 charging cords, a little period toiletries bag, my main toiletries bag, a hairbrush, my sock curling kit and a claw clip, some extra pads. I've tried to keep it really simple, so I'm literally bringing 1 pair of blue shorts, 1 pair of dark jeans. I've got a little vest top, a white baby tee, some underwear, bra, socks, and a neck pillow. Then for my carry-on that I'll actually be using during the flight, I've obviously got my water bottle, my Kindle, a snack or 2, my wallet, some sunglasses, pen and Sudoku book, my little bag of medicinal things that I need during the flight, Invisalign case, a little extra carry bag in case I need anything, my headphones, and a jumper. This bag will also be kind of like my handbag for the weekend, so obviously I probably won't need the sunglasses, but I'm just going to pack them in there anyway to keep it all together. Yeah, let's hope that I can fit all of this in and not get charged extra for it.
Wow.
Morning. See you on the other side, Perth. We made it. It's good to be back on home soil. I am so sleepy. I had a good nap for a couple hours. Bit of turbulence. That was a pretty good first solo flight. I was sitting next to 2 people that were very quiet, and I got to be in the aisle. And I didn't even have to get up. I got up myself to poo once. That was it. I made it to my cousin's house to spend the night. And look what they got me. A freaking wireless microphone. My vlog content's gonna be 10 times better. Hello. I have made it to the train station, the Murdoch train station. I'm going to be catching a train into the city and then getting an Uber to my friend's house to meet her new baby, which is very exciting. I feel like more of a tourist than I ever have before in Perth. I never took trains, rarely, so it's kind of weird, but kind of nice. And then late this afternoon I'll be headed back on the train down to Mandurah, where my mum will pick me up and I'll go down south for my niece's birthday. So very exciting times, loving it. A bit inconvenient without a car compared to Sydney, but it's an experience. Mum is here, we're having lunch together. I went with the Chinese, Mum went with the, what did you get? The kebabs. So it's a good day. Night 2 accommodation, and look where I get to sleep tonight. I'm staying in my sister and brother-in-law's caravan. It's so cute. I wish I could stay in here all the time, honestly. I'd live in here, I'd pay rent in here. What a cute little setup. So this would be my bed for the night. Very cozy, very warm. I literally have like, obviously electricity. There's like heating, cooling, Bluetooth if I want it. So yeah, it's gonna be so fun. Okay, I finally have time and the space to do an unboxing of my Dimu. I'm very excited. I'm not an avid collector of any particular pop collectible. I just find ones that I think are really cute, and this one caught my eye in the Pop Mart store, so I thought I would unbox it for you on camera. Look, it's called Dimu Moments in Bloom, and it's very like springtime collection, and I'm obsessed, low-key. So I think, honestly, they're all so cute. The secret would be amazing as always. I think I'm gonna have to go with this little guy, Caught in Spring. I love the little flower umbrella. It looks like the little guy on top of his hat. But they're on it. Oh, I also love sunflowers. So I'm honestly happy with any of them. Alright, we're going for it. I don't know if that was very satisfying. It's not gonna pop. I don't know how they do that. I don't know how they do that on these videos. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Okay. I'm just gonna get into it. Oh, the bag is so cute already. Hopefully there's no card in there. Oh, there's oh, no, I think I just bought it, but that's okay. It's whatever. The bag is just adorable. Like, I actually think I will start collecting these. Look at that. Tell me that it's not the cutest thing you've ever seen. I just want to be in this world and like dress up. It feels like way bigger than I expected. Alright. Maybe close my eyes. Show you guys that. Oh, there's something else in there. I'm scared. I don't know if it's... Okay. I don't know which way. It's good? Oh my god. Wait. Is that the one I wanted? What? Is that not fate? I'm actually obsessed. It has a little... I don't know if it's a cat, but it looks like a cat. Look at it. Oh my goodness. I'm actually obsessed. What amazing. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I said I was happy with any of them, but the fact that I got the one that I specifically pointed out, and it's like such a good size. It's like a great weight. It sits pretty nicely. I actually need all of them. I can sense this becoming a problem, and that's okay. He's just a little guy. Oh, he's like my baby boy. Oh my god, why? There's a little face on Guys, I'm actually obsessed. Look at the little furries. Look at these little... What the... There's just faces everywhere. How flipping cute. This is honestly such a refreshing moment. Just, I've been needing this. This will honestly fix me. Just spending time with my family and my beautiful friends. I got to see lovely Priya and baby Frankie today. I'm just the best thing. I didn't even get to spend, like, I think I spent an hour and a half, if that, but it was just beautiful. And I just needed more of that. Like, you have no idea. I miss my friends. I miss Perth. As much as I love Sydney and I love my Sydney friends, there's just something Perth and WA just have my heart in a hold forever. I will always come back to WA, especially down south where I'm from. Anyway, have a good night and I will see you tomorrow. This is my dog Bella. The same dog that I've got a tattoo of, my first tattoo. She has nerve cancer in one of her shoulders, so she's on a bunch of pain relief. So she can be comfortable until we decide to put her down. So this will probably be one of the last times that I'll see her. She used to be a lot more black and white. Now she's gone like more of a grey colour. We think because of the medication and her body fighting off the cancer. I think it's affecting me more than I thought. I used to be a vet nurse, so I'm very used to this. But I guess it's always different when it's your own. But I'm very grateful that I'm able to see her at least one last time. And I know that she's had a really good life. And she's very loved. And Mum will make the right decision when she's ready to go. Okay, we've made it to Bustleton now. We had a bit of a tumultuous morning. My niece's birthday party unfortunately did not go ahead as planned. She was not feeling the best and we didn't want to risk her not having a good time and other kids potentially getting sick, but it was still a nice morning. Spent some time with them, went back to my mum's place, saw my sister-in-law and her daughter, so my other niece, which was lovely. And I borrowed my mum's partner's car, which was I'm very grateful for him. And yeah, I've driven it down to Bustleton to surprise my friend. So hello Sinead from the future. And yeah, I'm so excited. It's just nice driving around down south to WA. It's like my favourite place to be. And it's nice just being able to drive again. I miss having a car. And this thing is an actual tank, so it's been an experience to drive. Thank God it's automatic because I can't drive manual to save my life. Just finishing up at my dad's house. I've been here last night and went and had dinner with my auntie and my dad. Had a chill night. I showed him My Lady Jane on Prime because it turns out we've both read the book and he didn't know there was a TV show. Had some breakfast this morning and yeah, about to get back on the road, back to Bunbury to see my mum, and she will drive me back to Mandurah to catch the train. So short but sweet. And yeah, I just love Bridgetown and my dad's house so much. Just like the air smells better. There's lots of stars, and sheep and animals. I'm gonna miss it. Till next time. Made it back to Mandurah. I'm on the train about to head to my third surprise friend, Hannah. Hello Hannah and Hayley and new baby to be. Very exciting. It's very exciting. And so far so good. 2 out of 3. No surprises have been ruined. hoping for 3 for 3, which I think will be good. Busy day today doing that, and then headed back to Fremantle to catch up with some friends and family for dinner, and then getting some well-deserved sleep. It's been a big day today, and I fly out tomorrow, but I'm trying to catch up with some more people before I head to the airport. But it's been very soul-fulfilling, and I think I needed this after, I don't know, the chaos that's been the last 4 months of work and life and mental health. Final day. I fly back to Sydney tonight, this afternoon, so I'm catching up with my cousin. We're gonna go get a coffee. They'll drop me at the train. I'm gonna visit my boyfriend's parents for lunch, and then catch up with a friend, and he'll drop me back at the airport. I'm exhausted. It's been a big week, and feels like a week. And it's quite bittersweet because I just love WA so much, and I miss being able to see my friends and family so much easier. But I also love Sydney, and I love where we live and our friends and our roommates. Yeah, I guess this is the unspoken reality of moving to another state, moving to another country. And it sucks, especially when so many of my friends and family are having kids, little kids especially, babies, not being able to see them grow up or like get to be more involved with their life. And then obviously like my dog Bella, and me not being able to be there when she goes to the vet for the final time, which I suspect will be soon. I missed the passing of our other family dog at the end of last year. It's something that I'm getting used to. As much as I wish I didn't have to get used to it, and I wish that it was so easy to just fly back and forth and it didn't take so long. I mean, I guess it's just unfortunate that I was born and grew up in a state that's so far away from everywhere else in comparison. But we live and we learn, and most of the time it doesn't affect me. But I think this trip has hit particularly hard because of my dog, and only being able to see my friends and their babies for an hour, just wanting to spend more time with everyone, but only being able to jam in short trips with as many people as possible, which I'm very grateful for. But yeah, it'll also be nice to go home. I miss Seb and my roommates and just my routine being at home. I'm sorry that I haven't filmed anything too crazy. I've mostly just been sitting and talking to people, which I obviously don't really want to film. Obviously not filming kids for their own privacy and protection. But yeah, it's been a really good trip. So thanks for coming with me so far.